What started out as a little vacation in North Georgia actually turned into a really interesting test of the Cybertruck and its full self-driving capabilities, which we're going to look at. But then along the way, I discovered something that might be going on under the hood in full self-driving. I guess that's a pun, but this is a really big deal if it's true. So first of all, we're going to look at the actual full self-driving thing, and then I'm going to look at whether the truck is actually learning as it goes. Hey y'all, it's Dr. Know-It-All coming to you from North Georgia. I want to show you this. This is accidental. We did not do this on purpose, but this ended up being a heck of a good challenge for the Cybertruck full self-driving. So this is the turn onto the road. And just remember that everything looks way, way, way less steep in video than it does in real life. But you've got this crazy, what is it? I mean, ultimately, we're talking, it's not quite 180 degrees, but let's say 130 or so that has to go from here over to here at the same time as a huge downhill. And when it comes back out again, it has to go up this thing and make kind of a blind turn. And then we get to a road that is less road than it is kind of a suggestion of a road. So, and you can see just how far down it is. I walked up this thing to film this and I'm pretty out of breath. So anyway, the question was, how well can full self-driving do with this? Let me back down and just show just a bit. You know, you're coming up like this, and so the truck is coming up and it can't see over here, and it's uphill, can't see over here, and it's got to make this turn kind of blind into a left turn, and then going the other direction, it's got to go. I think this will make more sense if I show it like this. So you can see, again, it just doesn't look as steep on video as it is in real life, but that is very steep and it's almost doubling back on itself. So it's got to make this crazy turn and go down this thing where it's very, very narrow, because you can see the road also kind of lets out there too, or is collapsed there. And it's kind of collapsed over here. There's a stop sign over here. So there's a lot of things, and it's got to make a very, very tight turn going down into this path. So anyway, let's take a look at how it does. Okay, but since it can't back up, it's got a problem.
It can't back up?
No, the Model Y can. Then again, I would not take the Model Y here. Okay, let's see if you can do it, dude. Oh, it did it. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Oh, that's terrifying. And it even went around that leaf pile there. Oh my gosh. This is freaking nerve-wracking, folks. This is very scary.
Half the road is washed away.
I know, half the road is washed away. This truck is doing amazing. Like, it's just like, yeah, I got this. No problem at all.
It wouldn't do it in the dark, though.
No, it was much less confident. It almost feels like it's getting better. Like, it's like, oh, I've been here before. I know how to do this. So, let's see. I'm keeping my foot right near the brakes just in case, but wow. I mean, this is a tough road.
I feel like this is a path, not a road.
Okay.
So I'm surprised it's doing it at all.
Actually, there is an address on this thing.
Okay,
so it
I guess
does have an address. So, yeah, I mean, this is pretty confident. It's going 8 miles an hour, which I would not go any faster than. And there's the place right down there. Now, I don't know that it's going to turn into the driveway. Yeah, I don't think it quite understands where we're going. So, yeah, I'll take over now. But, yeah, this part, it was not happy to go up this thing today. So, woo-hoo-hoo. Wow. So I drove that last little bit in the driveway because it didn't understand. But, hey, that is super impressive. And for real, that's really, really impressive. Well, alrighty. As you can see here, this is an interesting little road here. I'm going to attempt to engage.
I would say path, not road, but
it doesn't seem to want to start here. So let's just give it a little tap and tell it to, come on, baby. I mean, it's definitely showing a road. So, okay, there we go. All right, let's turn this to full screen mode so you can see it.
last night it wouldn't do it at all. Yeah,
it was very unhappy. Well, it wouldn't go into full self-driving mode, so it is in full self-driving mode now. This is quite the challenge. we did not realize the last part of the road, the last mile, was quite so intense. Plus, it's got a greater than 90-degree turn it has to make at the end, so we'll see if it manages that. And the truck is basically as wide as the road. So hopefully nobody will be coming the other direction. That would be really bad. But it's doing good. All right, and here we're going to come up on this greater than 90-degree turn at the top. Yeah, you can see there's like leaves in the way. There's a hole in the road. I think it's actually paved here. more or less. Ish. Yeah, kind of paved-ish. Woo, that was interesting. All right, let's see what it does. Is it going to be able to manage this turn? This is scary as hell. I mean, it's just in general scary as hell. Okay, well, we'll see if it does it. Is it going to do it? Is it going to do it? Well, I'll give it a little tap again. Woo! Wow. All right. I mean, wow.
Looks less impressive on video.
Does it? By the way, this is very impressive. That was scary. I mean, that's like scary for me as a human. And you were driving yesterday when we made the other direction turn, and you like stopped and were like, I don't want to make this turn. So, by the way, beautiful. Anyway, yeah, that was, that I have to say, it may not show it on the video, but that's really impressive. Here we go. Oh, I don't even have a destination in mind. I should probably navigate somewhere. Nope.
Whoa, it's going pretty fast for what it's working with.
Yeah. Woo. Pretty crazy. It's really impressive that it's willing to do this. I'm curious what it's going to do at the turn, too. Yeah, as I was walking, I was like, man, there's like rocks sticking out all over the place. Oh my God.
Wow, it is like,
yeah,
oh.
It's very aggressive.
I think, is there such a thing as it learning that it's been on this road? Oh,
I think so.
Jesus. Okay.
Jeez. that was like too aggressive.
Wow.
I almost feel like it has. All right, let's see
Is
what
that
it
a
does.
thing though? Can it do
I
that?
don't know. Well, it just pulled up. All right. I mean, geez. Like, that was impressive. I didn't touch it. The only thing was that went too fast.
It went way too fast.
Yeah.
Like, and it was
holy crap.
barely going, like creeping
No.
the first time. So
All right, as you saw from that, the truck does really, really well on this road. And it's a pretty scary road. Again, I know video just never shows it. It's sort of like when you go skiing and you take a video of skiing and you're like, that was really, really steep, and it just doesn't look that bad on video. So just, understand that it's way, way worse than it looks on video. But the fascinating part about all of this was the evolution of the truck. I'm actually at Yona. I'm about to go hike Mount Yona really, really fast. It's 7:20 in the morning on Sunday. So I'm about to go hike it real fast. But before I left, I wanted to talk about this. I want to talk about the potential that the Cybertruck and full self-driving in general is actually learning. It's not static. And what I mean by this is this road more than likely has never been driven by a Tesla before. Just that last little chunk of road that we drove on has never been driven by a Tesla before, and almost certainly by a Cybertruck. So this is brand new territory. And the first time the truck did it, we didn't film it, unfortunately, because we just didn't realize it was going to be this crazy. But it was incredibly hesitant. It wouldn't make the turn. It was going about 2 miles an hour down the road. We were like, I don't know if it's ever even going to decide to go. I think it stopped at one point on the road and you had to touch the accelerator pedal to make it go forward. By this morning coming out here, I actually had to turn the speed limit down to 10 miles an hour because it's just cruising on that thing. I'm just like, geez. And that's both directions. It makes the turn now, it's much more comfortable. Just as I, as a human, am much more comfortable driving that now too, because I've driven it several times myself, although admittedly the truck has driven it mostly. But I'm familiar with the territory, I understand, and so I'm more familiar with it. So the question is, this has always been the case that these FSD doesn't learn individually. What you do is you upload the data, and then there's a new version of the software that comes out, and your driving data goes into the hopper and it gets trained along with all the other data that comes along, and you get sort of a generic driving profile, which has always been the case. But Ashok actually in the earnings call dropped a little something about mixture of experts. If you haven't seen that video, you can check it out up here. But he dropped that information, which we hadn't seen before. So clearly Tesla has gone from kind of a monolithic trunk with heads and things like that to a mixture of experts modality for inference. In other words, stop signs might be one expert, dirt roads might be an expert for mixture of experts or something, right? So these like little mini experts in different domains. And it is possible while they've been doing this that they have been working on some sort of basic learning algorithm, not a memory algorithm, I guess would be better than learning algorithm. Sorry, I should state that very clearly. A memory algorithm, something that allows each individual car to have some sort of local state information. It retains some information about where it's been before, and it's therefore able to drive better. So by analogy, large language models, if you've seen large language models recently, especially the ChatGPT series, OpenAI has talked about how they're allowing memory. And now you can see that. I talked about recently when I was doing a test of 03 and 04 Mini. I think that's what it was. But anyway, you can check it out up here. I said something about tell my grandniece a story. I didn't mention her name, but it said, hey, I'm going to tell this story for Sky. And then it also remembered that my name is John, unsurprisingly. But clearly it's got a memory, it's got a conversation history that's going on. So it is possible that the same thing is going on with Tesla's full self-driving, that it's retaining some information, not in the form of a conversation like this, but some sort of tokenized information about where it's been. It has a memory set aside, and that tokenized information is fed into the computer as it gets to different various places. You normally wouldn't see this because so many cars drive on, whatever regular road you're on, so many Teslas, that you would never see this. The differentiation would be tiny, tiny, tiny over normal circumstances. But because this road, the very end of it, is so unique and probably has never been driven on by a Tesla, there's only 6 houses, like a half dozen. It's either 6 or 7, but it's very, very few houses. I'm not sure how many of them are rentable, right? And the other people that I've seen clearly have like F-150s and stuff like that go down there. So the chance that a Tesla has ever driven on that road are very, very minimal. And if it has done it, it's been like 1 or 2. It's not been a lot. So we're talking about a fairly unique situation where I could actually see it going from extreme beginner, extreme conservatism, not feeling comfortable about this, the same as me when I first got on that road and misinformation. We were like, we don't want to. Now we're like, yeah, we got this. We understand what's going on. And so you could see the exact same thing happening with full self-driving, that it got better and better and better. And I'm not guaranteeing this by any means. This is just an observation. But if it's true, this is a huge unlock for Tesla's full self-driving. If anybody from the Tesla team wants to hit me up on X and, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down about that, I could be completely wrong, but it seems weird that the vehicle is it got so much better over the course of about 48 hours and, a half dozen drives, like, 5 or 6 drives up and down that road. That seems extremely unlikely that it went from being very, very conservative, not feeling confident, to being like almost overconfident driving up that road now. So anyway, it's an observation. We'll have to wait on more information from Tesla, but I am super, super interested in this. And now I am going to go on this hike so we can go and, do whatever misinformation wants to do for the rest of the day. But this one's for me. So anyway, up and down Mount Yonah as fast as I can. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.